Hello everyone and welcome to the Car Spectrum. Brandon here with my brother and my dad, and today we have my dad's Z06 out and my brother's C4. I did not bring my C4 out today because, well, we're actually making content on the Monte Carlo that I bought that you'll be seeing shortly. So we decided to take these guys out today, but this video is really in particular for the C7 here, the Z06. My dad just hit 35,000 miles on it. He's had the car since new, so since 2016, and kind of want to give an overview of what to expect when you hit the 35,000 mile mark on a C7 Z06. So the first thing that I want to bring up, and really the biggest issue on this car, is 3 out of the 4 rims. These OEM rims have some issue where they crack internally, and when they start cracking internally, obviously your tire can't hold any air, and that's happened on 3 of the 4 rims. So it's happened on this rim, the one right there. It's happened on this one and the other the front wheel as well. So my dad's had to replace all 3 of those rims, and these rims do not come cheap. Even if you get replica rims that aren't OEM, how much for these? Still $2,000 a piece, right? They're up there.
No. That would be for the set, but they're about $500, $600 a rim. And this one I already replaced the right passenger side rim, which was replaced about a little more than a year ago. Already is cracked. And mind you, this isn't necessarily from hitting potholes. This is a defect that General Motors did know about, that there was supposed to be a class action suit that never transpired so far. But tons of people who have C6 Z06s, and from what I understand, some Grand Sports as well, had these issues. These rims, the material that was used to make these rims, can't hold up to really anything, not just potholes, right? Everyday driving.
Other than those rims, there really hasn't been too many heavy hitting issues on this car. Actually, there hasn't been any at all, really.
Just the rims, and at 35,000, this car still runs like it's brand new. Outside of the rim issue, the only other issue I've ever had, which I know is a common problem too, is the heater, the blower motor for the heater and AC. Now I know there's a trick of pulling a plug in and out and resetting it and that, but I did that when it first started happening. I started losing AC and heating, and now when I do that same thing, pulling it out, the plug in and out, and now it doesn't do anything for me.
I will say, after 35,000 miles of usage, this engine bay still looks pretty immaculate. As you can see, it's the LT4 supercharged, 650 horsepower, 650 foot-pounds of torque from the factory. This car moves and grooves, so that still looks pretty clean.
Now it's got over 700 plus.
How does it have over 700 plus? Want to explain what you guys did to it since you got it?
I had it fully changed. You can't see it from here. A couple little tweaks, couple little thingies I keep to myself, but enough to get me where I need to be.
All right. And the next thing I'll just touch on brief. I guess people are curious to see how the interior is held up. So when my dad got the car, you want to unlock this? Oh, 1 second. Getting the key fob. So when my dad got the car, he opted to get these Recaro racing seats instead of the standard seats that came in the Z06. And to be honest with you, they stayed, I mean, not too many times as passengers in this car, but they've actually stayed in really good shape for the most part. There's no rips, no dings, nothing like that in there. Dashboard's still very much in good shape. You know, driver's side is still really clean. My dad has this little like back thing he uses, I guess, to keep the seat protected. I'm not really too sure what that's for, but he always has that on. Steering wheel still good. The other issue he actually had with this car, and I don't think it's a Corvette thing in particular, I think it's my Chevrolet issue, is sometimes these stereo systems, the infotainment systems, wind up bugging out when they stop working and you can't connect your Android or Apple CarPlay. And I had a similar issue in my 2018 Camaro when I had that. So that's another common issue, but it just kind of resolves itself after a while. I think there's an update that General Motors sent out, I think, which helped a lot of that issue, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know for sure.
You're supposed to be able to do like over-the-air like updates and stuff like that to the system, stereo systems in the car. Yet I've tried doing all sorts of stuff with that, and in fact even going down to a Chevrolet dealership to have the software updated, new firmware, whatever, and nothing seems to be able to be done. So whatever the firmware that was issued with this car when I purchased it is still the same firmware.
Other than that, I mean, hitting 35,000 miles on here, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give the reliability of a C7 Z06? And would you recommend this if someone lived in a more southern state where they don't see snow or anything like that? Could you recommend this as a daily driving car for someone that has the climate that could make this a daily driving car?
Absolutely. If you can handle the power that these things come with, and you don't go nutty with it, yeah, this could be definitely an everyday driver. And yeah, obviously if it's good weather, there's no snow or anything like that. Like, I can't obviously drive this in the snow. There's no way. But I try not to drive it in rain. There's been occasions I have. But that's why, if you have a car like this and you live up in the northern part of the United States where you get lots of rain or snow, you should have a secondary car. This shouldn't be the only car you have. It's not a garage queen by no means. I drive it. I put miles on it. I try to keep it clean. Right now we're on the way to the car wash to redo it, and I know I made a past video about trying to keep a black car clean, which is nearly impossible, but nonetheless they look sharp when they're clean. There's really not a better looking car than a black car.
Well, guys,
in my opinion.
As far as that goes, that's pretty much all I have to say. So we just hit 35,000 miles on this car. Even with the, so a little bit of work my dad did to it, it's been a very reliable car. Hasn't had any issues really, except for those rims, or I'm sorry, those wheels actually, which have been a common issue for General Motors on the C7 Z06s. Other than that, car's been great. That's all we really have to say today. This is Brandon from Car Spectrum. Look out for the next videos we're going to be posting. Like I said, I'm working on some stuff with the Monte Carlo, some of the basic body work on it, and that's really it. And then over here, my brother's car, he's got stuff on the way, guys. I know he said he's got some new seats or some new seat covers he's got coming in. He's got the carpet coming in. I know we said that a few weeks ago. He's still waiting on that carpet though. So look out for some videos on this. And then obviously my C4, which is, I like to say the star of the channel, kind of really kicked us off and started everything. Got some videos of her coming up on the Monte Carlo. My mom has a 2016 Super Sport Camaro that we'll be posting on here shortly, a BMW. And I got a few other cars coming along that I think you guys will be very interested in. We're going to do a little bit more in-depth reviews. And that's really all I have to say today, guys. This is Brandon from Car Spectrum. Have a happy Easter and have a great day, everyone.